Justified crass outs. That's what we're going to be talking about today, okay? And understand this, I have gone over justified characters, I've gone over crass outs. But in this one, I vastly underestimated just how many other characters had a crass out that was completely and utterly justified. Okay, like, no joke, bro. Like, when I went down the rabbit hole, I'm kind of like, bro, Squidward had a point. Squidward low-key kind of had a point for not liking SpongeBob, man. And I didn't understand that as a kid. Like, as a kid, I thought, like, man, Squidward's just a negative Nancy. And then now I'm kind of like, bro, Squidward's just trying to pay off a mortgage, and SpongeBob's over here, grown man, by the way, going jellyfish hunting in my front yard. Brother, I'm sorry, okay? Like, growing up is realizing Squidward was low-key just trying to vibe. Like, yeah, he could have been nicer, but, bro, low-key was just trying the vibe. And then there's other characters where I barely even count it as a crass out, bro. I call it justice. Ellie from Last of Us Part 2. But I'm going to get into it in this video. We're going to be going over characters like Squidward from SpongeBob, Tai Lung from Kung Fu Panda, to Satoru Gojo from JJK. And I'm going to be looking at their crass outs, and I will be ranking them on how justified I believe that they are, okay? Not original video, but I did another video very similar to this like a couple months ago, and I said that if it reached a certain point, I would make a volume 2, not a part 2, because I don't like making part 2s. Yeah, it got like 370,000 views. Yeah, I absolutely no clue, so clearly there's a demand for this. And if you enjoy this video, please consider like, comment, and subscribe. We are trying to get to 300,000 subscribers before the end of the year. That is the goal, and I do believe we're going to be able to hit it with the support of you guys. And with all that out of the way, let's get into the video. Let's go. Squidward, brother, let me tell you something right now, bro. Squidward's just chilling out in his house, trying to play the clarinet, which is, I'm sorry, bro, in his own house, by the way. Like they phrase it as, like, bro, Squidward's just being obnoxious. And, like, don't get me wrong. You can be obnoxious, okay? And Squidward is. Like, I'm not saying that me and Squidward would be homies. I don't like Squidward either, okay? Squidward is on the op list. But, oh my goodness, bro, would I be lying if I said I would be getting along with SpongeBob? SpongeBob's positivity gets me to a point where I'm like, listen, man. Life ain't no sunshine and rainbows, okay? I'm gonna need you to calm down, like quite a bit. It's just like, well, what is there actually to be sad about? And I'm over here like, your boss is actively using you, okay? You are paid like 2 pennies. You live in a piece of produce, SpongeBob. Your pet's a snail, okay? Like there comes a point, like, my best friend Patrick is like, bro, listen, your best friend's also, like, super parasitic. I'll say that right now. I'm sorry, bro. It is kind of weird how, like, they phrase, like, the SpongeBob and Patrick friendship as, like, this amazing thing. When I'm low-key kind of like, bro, Patrick low-key kind of a fake friend here and there. I don't want to elaborate too far, like that's a whole separate rant. It may be a different video entirely. Patrick low-key kind of fake, though. I'm not even gonna lie. He's not the homie to put a hand on your shoulder and say, hey, yo, you sandy cheeks don't like you like that, little bro, okay? You really think, bro, like you're gonna walk into that dome talking about, hey, Sandy? Shut up. No, stop, SpongeBob, calm it down. I'm talking about Squidward in this. Yeah, bro, Squidward, low-key, I would be getting very, very exhausted from the positivity. Let me give you a little bit of a story time really quick. Actually, this is a little Ethan lore dump for you. Okay, before I ever did all of this, years ago, when I was in my grind phase, bro, you see, I wanted to get some extra money in my senior year of high school, so I went over to go work at a Walmart, okay? Working at the Walmart, listen, making some money, you know how it is. I worked, like, the later shifts because I would immediately get out of school, go immediately start working, okay? Lawn and garden gang. Big bags. Anyways, just doing my thing, you know, checking out the 27, 35-year-old cougar that was eyeing me like I was lunch meat, okay? You know, just living my own dream. And then I used to work with this guy, okay? I'm not going to give his name. I used to work with this guy. Most positive human being that I've ever seen. And I enjoyed it for the first year. But oh my goodness, did it get annoying really, really quickly. And I mean very, very quickly. And let me tell you something, bro. I have a soft trigger, okay? I've thought about making a video on just stuff that I dislike. That you could do, that you might not think about it, but I'll start looking at you different. If I'm walking, minding my own business, and you look at me and say, hi, bud. Bruh, dude. I don't know if you're trying to lil bro me, and in that scenario, let's face off real quick, or you're legitimately just unaware of like, no, that comes off kind of demeaning. I don't like that. What's up, bud? Hey, bud. Slow it down, bud. Oh! Okay, sorry. We're tapping into something right there. Buddy, this is me working at Walmart, unironically, bro. Like, listen, you think I'd be rage baiting now, dude? Craziest part about it, I disliked old people more when I worked at Walmart than I do now. No joke, bro. I was way worse back then. I get it. I don't like Squidward. I don't like him. But I'm not a big fan of SpongeBob either, if I'm being honest. Well, who do you like? Low-key, dude. Honestly, Sandy Cheeks is kind of dope. Krabs is greedy. I don't respect him for that, but at least he has ambition. Gary kind of a homie, too, if I'm being for real. Yeah, I'm just going to put it, and I get it. Thorfinn from Vinland Saga. Gold. Absolute gold, bro. I'm sorry. Thorfinn had literally every single right to be to crash out. I don't think he went far enough, bro. And here's the craziest part. So many people believe that same thing, that after season 1 of Vinland Saga, when they went into season 2 expecting that Thorfinn was going to continue to be angry, and he literally just became, and I'm sorry, this is not sacrilegious, this is literally what they're doing in the show, and like literally how he's meant to look. Norse Jesus. That's literally how he's meant to be portrayed. I'm not even kidding, okay? Brother, I did not expect that, but oh my goodness, did I think the writing on that is perfect. And here's the thing, bro. Vinland Saga does a good job of like doing like legitimate redemption and forgiveness, okay? Like actually like showcasing that. And it doesn't come off as preachy. Like at all. Like it comes off like, I understand Thorfinn and why he is the way that he is, but I don't have the strength to be like Thorfinn. I'll say that right now, bro. Okay, I don't. Well, Thorfinn finally let go of his anger. Bro, I would have held on to that. I'll just be real with you. Thorfinn is a significantly better human being than me. And here's the truth. Well, Thorfinn did this. Thorfinn did that. I'm sorry, bro. It's the Norse raids of England. Open a history book, bro. Look what British people did to Irish people. I'm sorry. Like, it was awful back then. Like, the truth is, dude, like, what? This is the craziest part. If you actually look historically, what Thorfinn did to people, like, historically speaking, not that crazy. Like, at all. In fact, he was fairly honorable, if we were going to be honest here. And I'm sorry, bro, having your dad iced in front of you and then being taken hostage from your homeland for the majority of your life, dude, I'm sorry. It takes a literal, like biblical level mercy and compassion to not become a bitter human being. And I love that Vinland Saga does it in a way where I understand where he's coming from. But no, Thorfinn's 100% justified in his crash out, and it's really not close. Like at all. I'm gonna put it in justified. Azula! I'm sorry, dog. When we were all 10 years old, Azula was our crush. I'm sorry, somebody else. I have to expose. This isn't even exposed. I literally hear you guys proclaim it at the top of the comment sections. Every single time I even remotely start talking about some slightly mentally unstable female. Y'all immediately go, bro, Azula sent me down that path. We know, Jerry! We know! Okay? Anyways, when we're getting into Azula's crash out, when you're looking at it, she just completely loses her mind in season 3, and it kind of makes sense because her entire life she's been trying to crave the admiration of her father, and she's doing this by literally committing war crimes, and on top of that, like literally just becoming just a sadist in its entirety. Like just evil. And then she finally gets to the point, but then she starts getting haunted by the one person's admiration that she never had, that being her mother, and that guilt is slowly eating away at her day by day, realizing that Zuko was the favored son of their mom, and that no matter what Azula could do, she was chasing the admiration of a father that only viewed her as a tool. So in Azula's mind, she's only has value if she is used as a tool. So now that she is the one that is becoming the Fire Lord, the only thing that she has left is nothing of her own, and she has just been a tool of war for the entirety of this. Her entire life, she was made for this purpose, only to have this purpose and have no meaning, because all she really wanted was her mom to tell her, I love you. You're beautiful too. I cared for you too. And that's why, like, when she's going crazy, that's what she's imagining. Because that's really what she wants. And I'll be real here. I I get it, but it's not, you did a lot. You did a lot. Like, I'm sorry, we brushed it over, and I know you simps out there are gonna be like, I'll take it back. I need you to calm down, Thirstmaster, okay? No. See, crazy, okay? There's less crazy women out there that you don't have to do this. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm putting Azula in. It was a bit much. It was a bit, I understand why you mentally broke down, but like, I understand why Joker mentally broke down. A bit much. I'm sorry. I just gotta put it in a bit much. Tai Lung from Kung Fu Panda. Okay, when I'm looking at Tai Lung from Kung Fu Panda, here's the thing, dog. Here's the thing. You are orphaned by your parents in front of a kung fu dojo, okay? You're brought in by the headmaster. Your entire purpose is to become the Dragon Warrior. You are literally born and trained your entire life. You are stripped of all matters of your identity. Tai Lung, the Dragon Warrior. Tai Lung, the one that will claim it. Tai Lung, the fallen by the end of it. They could have leaned into that, bro. That's another thing, bro. I think Tai Lung had so much potential as a villain. Like, no joke, bro. Like, I thought when they were going to do Kung Fu Panda 4, they were going to do something where Tai Lung comes back. Because Tai Lung is just such a cool villain. I'm sorry I'm glazing it a little bit, bro. But, like, Tai Lung, his entire life is trained to become the Dragon Warrior, okay? And his father, his teacher, okay? That is what he conflates. He conflates being able to meet his purpose, being able to achieve it, as getting the admiration of his father, that being Master Sifu. So what does Tai Lung do? He trains until his bones break. He conditions himself as nothing more than a tool of destiny, than a tool of becoming the Dragon Warrior. Only to get to the point where he worked harder than everyone else, beat everybody else. And he gets to the point where he can be chosen to be the Dragon Warrior. Only to be rejected by Master Oogway. As Master Sifu, his father, his coach, his provider, his everything, did nothing. Said nothing. Said, oh, I'm so sorry, Master Oogway. And Tai Lung in that moment was not just denied the role that he had. He had his purpose of life stripped from him at that moment. Here's the truth. I'll be real. I would have done very similar things. I'm sorry, bro. Like, we glossed over this. Like, bro, Tai Lung just lost his mind because he was an evil guy. But because of this, because of that. No. Imagine training your entire life for a singular goal, only to have it decided by one dude that just said, yo, bro, your vibe's off. That's another thing, bro. There is no real test. There isn't. Only to find out that the entirety of the Dragon Warrior destiny is literally decided by vibes? What was the point? Bro, this is literally what Tai Lung's thinking right now. You let a geriatric turtle tell me my purpose in life is nothing. Like, what does Tai Lung realistically have to do after that? Like, what does he do? Actually, though. Well, he could be part of the Furious Five. The Furious Five was brought together after Tai Lung. I'm sorry, bro. Tai Lung, I'll be real here. I'll hear you out. He didn't have to do all that. But, like, at the same time, though, we're up there. We're up there, dude. I'm not gonna lie. Ellie from The Last of Us. I'm actually, this will be a shorter segment because it's literally just the same justification as Abby. The truth is, dude, is Joel Miller's crass out, and I did Joel Miller in the other one. Joel Miller's crass out made sense to me because we're talking about a group of people called the Fireflies that did not have the means to make a cure. They did not have the means to manufacture it. They did not have the means to move it around. They didn't have any of the infrastructure to do that, right? Right? We can all agree on that. Ellie crassing out on Joel, I get it. Now, granted, I still would have done the exact same thing that Joel... Actually, no, I wouldn't even brought her to the hospital. I would say we lost her. I would have gone to the hospital and told them, hey, yo, Ellie passed. Oh, my goodness, bro, that's so sad. What happened? What do you mean? It's the zombie apocalypse. When I say she's gone, what do you think I mean? That's what I would have done. And then I would have told Ellie, oh yeah, they lost the doctors. What do you mean they lost the doctors? And then I would have looked at her and said, we're in the zombie apocalypse. Why do I have to explain to these people? That would be me. That would be how I would do this, okay? If she wants to do it when she's older, she can do it when she's older. You are a child. I'm sorry, that's the whole Joel Miller rant. Okay, anyways. Ellie, grown up, I get she's mad at Joel. I get it. But bro, Abby strolls in. Ices her father figure, Negan style. And I understand Abby didn't realize who Ellie was and that Ellie really did stand on business. But Ellie's justified to go after Abby. And here's the truth. 100% justified. Like that I think that's the craziest part. Like, no, if you're gonna look like Last of Us 2, that's another. Oh, we're getting into a lot, bro. I get into this debate with Last of Us 2 a lot because it's like you didn't understand the story. Tell me what you think the story was. It's literally not that deep. I really just need to tell you that. Okay, it's not that deep. Brother, it is literally just a hyper-glazed revenge is bad story. And the price of revenge. And this never-ending cycle of violence. Guess what? Abby, by doing what she did, continued this spiral. Ellie, by doing what she did, continues that spiral. And here's the truth. She's justified. She's actually justified. Okay? But, actually, wait. Actually. This is the only reason that we're going from justified. Because we're assuming that Ellie had all of the information. No, didn't have all the information. And I think that's a fair assumption that we... Actually, you know what? I'm going to do justified. I'll do justified. Abby's also justified. I'm sorry. I'll keep this one short. Here's the craziest part. Here's the craziest part. The one thing about Abby's character that legitimately does kind of bother me is like, let me get this straight. You had no problem strolling in to a other people's community, okay? Cosplaying as one of their own, just to get rid of the person that iced your father, okay? I get it, okay? However, the part where you start losing me is that you ice this person in front of Ellie, refuse to take out Ellie, okay, fine, in that moment, you're a good person. When Ellie tracks you down to the theater, you still don't ice her. Abby's just dumb. I'll be real here, dog. Abby might just be dumb. That's the only conclusion that I can come to. After the theater, I'm sorry, you should just expect that was going to happen. I am going to... Actually, wait a minute. Oh, this is going to be a crazy one. I'm going to put Abby in justified. I'm moving Ellie down, because there's one thing that Ellie does do that I just don't get. What do you mean you get with your love interest? Literally get to chill out on the farm, okay? And you can't cope with being happy, so what do? You go after Abby. I didn't mean for that to rhyme, but that's good. Anyways, that's the only reason I'm moving her down and Abby up. Because from Abby's point of view, she's just going after the person that iced her dad. That makes sense to me. Soldier Boy from The Boys. This is what I mean by this, bro. I'm sorry. Imagine being abducted by a group of people that experiment on you for literal decades, okay? You finally get broken out by this person called Billy. Billy breaks you out. He tells you, hey, all of your friends from your time either are gone or they completely and utterly sold you out, okay? But I need you to take out this guy named Homelander for me that took your job. And then Soldier Boy's like, yeah, I'll do it, okay? But here's the deal. You track down where my team is and I want to get rid of them. Give me my revenge and then I'll go after Homelander for you. Okay? We go through all of that. And understand this, okay? Soldier Boy's not a good guy. He's not. He is not a good guy, like, at all. I get it. But, from his point of view, it makes complete and utter sense for what he's doing. Okay, but let's continue forward. You find out that this Homelander guy that you are being sent to ICE, by the way, is actually your son. And you have to play with this in your head over and over again, being like, okay, well, Homelander's my kid, but I made my word. I have to be a good soldier. Good soldiers follow orders, and I'm going to ice Homelander. And then he goes through the entire, like, mental of, like, having to do it, okay? He goes over that hurdle, only to get to the point where he's going to get rid of Homelander. And then Ryan goes up, protects Homelander, and then Soldier Boy's like, I don't care. We're getting this done. And then Billy's all of a sudden like, whoa. That wasn't part of the deal. And then, bro, you can literally feel this energy coming from Soldier Boy. Are we being for real right now? Are we actually being real? I don't know if you know this, Billy. I get it. Ryan's is your past wife's kid. Dope. Homelander's my kid, that's my I'm more related to Ryan than you are, okay? And how about this? You tell Queen Maeve to grab Ryan away, and then I'm going to get rid of Homelander. Instead, you're gonna be this thing. I'm gonna protect Homelander for Ryan. Literally, just grab Ryan. Just grab Ryan. Oh! Oh my goodness, bro. And then you get betrayed by Billy. And bro, I'm sorry. At that point, I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Have you lost your mind? Are you, what? Are you being for, this is what you're doing? I'm sorry. It's like, plans change. Bro, I'm sorry. He's justified. I would literally lose my mind. I'm like, you gave me a whole pep talk about icing my kid. And now you're saying I'm going too far? Bro, the only difference, the literal only difference, is if I am Soldier Boy, I'm looking at Billy and I'm looking at Homelander, I'm gonna be like, you know what? You guys do your thing. I'm out of here. I'm out. This is just weird. This is weird. It's like, why are you leaving? I don't care about Homelander. I don't care about Ryan. Let me go leave and try to get with some 80-year-old chick. Let me do that. Okay, that I'm sorry, justified. Dutz van der Linde. Yeah, nah, he went off the deep end. Like, no, there's a point. Like, I get it, bro. Like, you're living in the Wild West. Dutz is a literal, like, textbook sociopathic narcissist. He has a god complex. I'm sorry. He literally fits the psychological profile of a cult leader. He tells them that this is their family. There's nothing else other than here. Any connection that they have. Do you know what's a theory that I had for a very long time that I had about Dutz? And I still kind of do. And I thought they were going to do this, but they would have put... I'm 50-50 on this theory. Let me give you this theory. I think Dutz ordered the hit on Arthur Morgan's kid. I think Dutz did that. I think he felt that Arthur might leave. And that Dutz paid a group of outlaws to go in and take out Arthur's son and the mother of his child. And that was meant to isolate Arthur Morgan and get him into literally cause a problem so Dutz can be like, what happened? I'll handle this, Arthur. I will track them down to day's end. They're in a saloon, Arthur. You need to go over there and get it done. And then you find out that Dutz was the one that ordered a hit. That would have been such a cool twist. I'm not even going to lie, dude. I would have dug that, okay? Do I think that that's true? No, it's just a fan theory of mine, and I think it would be kind of cool. But I'm sorry, what Dutz does later on, brother, I'm sorry, yeah, he literally goes up to a group of Native Americans and tells them, we're going to fight the white man together! I'm surprised none of them were like, my skin, him. That's you're literally doing what they're doing. I'm shocked they didn't just ice him, bro. I think that's the craziest part. I'm like, why didn't they just get rid of him? Like, this guy cannot be trusted. But then you're getting to Dutz van der Linde, and he's incredibly charismatic. He can sell dreams to people. He can isolate people. Like, no. Dutz van der Linde is the textbook cult leader narcissist. Not justified at all. Dude, the entirety of Red Dead Redemption, everybody would have been alive if Dutz just decided, hey, yo, maybe we don't need that one last score. I need you to understand this. Everybody could have been alive if it weren't for Dutz. I'm sorry, bro. Yeah, I gotta bro what? Daenerys Targaryen! I don't know why I put so much seasoning on that pronunciation, Doug. Daenerys Targaryen, let me just tell you something right now, Doug. Anybody that was surprised that C went, like, that evil... Brother, did you not, I'm sorry, Daenerys Targaryen, it made sense why she went so evil. I'm sorry, this chick literally had one of the most traumatic upbringings I think I've ever seen. Imagine getting, treated like that by your blood, by your actual biological brother, and then being given, and I'm sorry, some of you book talker gals need to be called out really quick, okay, for the gooners you are. I need this to be stated to you. Daenerys Targaryen was put in an arranged marriage with what would essentially be the leader of the Taliban if we did it off of what the modern day equivalent of that would be to back then, okay? And is sold over to the leader to essentially get a military alliance out of it, okay? The only reason you are even slightly okay with that is because you think Jason Momoa's hot. Some of y'all gotta be called out for that. I'm sorry, if it wasn't Jason Momoa, y'all would be literally going absurd right now. And Daenerys Targaryen having that upbringing, losing losing her first husband, being unable to bear children due to a curse, and on top of all that, basically being treated like literal trash her entire upbringing, not even after that, okay? And then she finally gets to the point where she can achieve her birthright, which is becoming the queen, the prince that was promised over the entirety of Westeros, only for the people of Westeros not to accept her and instead accept Jon Snow. And she finds out that Jon Snow is actually related to her. So naturally, Targaryens gotta flock together, if you know what I'm saying, bro. The Bisquick was spilt. But Daenerys ain't having no babies. Anyway, so Daenerys over here sees that Cersei Lannister is holding the entirety of it, takes out her friend, and at this point Daenerys is done, goes in and is like, you know what? Torch them all, done. Burn it all to the ground, I'm done. I don't need to take King's Landing, okay? I will burn it down and build my empire on top of it. And I'm sorry. Daenerys Targaryen, I get it. However, I'm gonna keep it I get it, but like, it's a bit much. It's a bit much, if I'm being for real here. I think we went a little bit too far, if I'm being honest here. Yeah, I'll put it, and I get it. Jinx from Arcane. Okay, this one's kind of tough, because like, here's the truth, okay? Like, in the world of League of Legends, when you're going over the relationship between Piltover and Zon, the truth is, dude, anybody from Zon can basically do whatever they want, because Piltover is arguing from a place of like, well, why would you do that to us? And I'm like, Piltover, you are literally, like, this is like the best place to ever live, right next door to hell, and you are actually making Zon worse and worse. Okay, I'm sorry. So this needs to be brought up. Oh, burp. No burp. It was on safety. Anyways, brother, Jinx lost her parents, lost her big sister because her big sister blames her for icing her entire friend group, and I mean, like, kind of responsible. She has literally been orphaned by the street, only being adopted by essentially the crime boss of Zon, and that is the only person that legitimately does care for, like, I'll say this right now. Silco legitimately was a pretty good dad. Like, no lie, like, bad person, like, flawed, very flawed character. He did treat Jinx fairly well. I won't lie. He did treat Jinx fairly well, if we're being honest here. He was just a flawed guy. Okay, gets over all of that. Finds out that his sister is back. And her sister, and keep in mind, we're arguing all of this. Jinx is suffering from, like, deep psychological wounds. Like, I don't think you could undo that. The only way we were able to see what Jinx would be as a normal person that, like, without trauma, really, would be when Echo went into the other dimension. And I'm just gonna say this right now, bro. Echo is the GOAT for that. I'm not ashamed to admit it, bro. If I went to a universe where I ended up with, like, my literal dream girl, okay? And I'm over here living it up, having a good old time. You are not getting me to come back. Ever. I ain't ever coming back, dude. I'm gone. Gonzo. Bye-bye. Skibadi. I'm getting a body, bro. I'm out. Echo's a better human being than I will literally ever be, and I'm not ashamed to admit that, man. Okay? But we see what Jinx could have been. And the truth is, bro, Jinx is just way too damaged by that point in the series, bro. However, a bit, but like Piltover's not much better. I'll put it in, I get it. She didn't crash out as hard as Daenerys did, so I'll put her in the middle. And she did do the good thing at the end. I'll put her in, I get it. Suguru Geto from JJK. I'm not talking about Kenjaku. I remember some people doing that, and I'm like, brother, you couldn't have waited one season to have that be revealed. Anyways, when you're looking at Geto, you're looking at somebody that was brought up in a world where there are people without cursed energy. Well, no, you have people that are non-sorcerers, and then you have sorcerers. The people that are sorcerers are few. They are hated by a large portion of mortals because they don't understand them, and they are defending humanity against a threat that they can't even see. So they are hated by mortals, they're either actively hunted or they're dying to protect the mortals. And Geto is doing all of this and just actively being like, I gotta keep on protecting them. And then he goes on a mission with his homeboy Gojo, okay? To basically transfer this girl, which is essentially gonna become like the chosen vessel of like, essentially a reincarnation of a god. Basically, if we're being for real here. It goes well, and then they send Aura Farmer Toji to go in there, and Toji absolutely squad wipes his homie Gojo, thinking to himself, how did he get rid of... Gojo's literally the chosen one. The honored one, they call him. And then he's so angry because now Toji goes in, like, bruh, gone, bro. Like, the vessel is gone. The entire mission is over, and Toji looks at you like, hey, oh, you're still here? Well, anyways, I already did my job. I'm gonna go leave, and then it's like, you're over here like, wait, how did you get here? He's like, what do you mean? What do you mean? Oh, you mean Gojo? You mean your homie? Oh yeah, bro. He's gone. You should have seen it, bro. His last moments were of fear. Dude, he was terrified, and I made it slow for him, dude. Yeah. You weren't there to save him. And anyways, you know that thing that you were doing? Yes, he's gone too. And guess what, bro? I didn't even have to use any curse techniques to take... Look at you. You're so much more powerful than a monkey like me, and you couldn't defend her. And then Geto's like, you know what? I gotta take this guy out. Only for Toji to be like, yeah, use every power that you want, little bro. I'm going to humble you one more time. And then right before, as you actually get the snot beaten out of you, Toji kicks you in the face being like, bro, imagine being given the gift of parentage. Imagine having all of these blessings, and you can't even beat me. I'm out of here, bro. Actually, y'all are pathetic. And then Geto had his entire worldview literally decimated because he got destroyed by a dude with no superpowers. And okay, he's a superhuman, by the way. Anyways. So Geto literally couldn't handle the loss for so long that Gojo resurrected, came in, and just wiped the floor with Toji by basically hole punching him with hollow purple. And then Geto this entire time is like, you know what, bro? A cult was literally celebrating her being gone. You know what? And they're persecuting jujitsu sorcerers. They don't know what we do. You know what? Wipe them all out. Wipe out all of these people. And listen, man, not Kenjaku. Geto's using some pretty crazy language. I'm sorry. He is. However, I get it to a certain point, bro. A bit much. No. You're going to a point where, like, bro, he saw Maki Zenin and was like, you filthy. No curse energy having. No technique inheriting. Absolutely. But, like, bro, Maki's just there. Maki didn't deserve all that. It's like, yeah, bro, you talk all that big game. I'm gonna go bring back Toji. What are you gonna say to Toji now, little bro? I'm sorry. I'll put it in a bit much, bro. Satoru Gojo. This is what I mean, bro. Gojo legitimately lost his mind after he got beaten by Toji. However, this is where I gotta take it. Bro. Gojo, and this is what I thought we were going. Gojo, I want you to think about this. Gojo had literally every right to be a villain. He just did, bro. Like, what Geto went down, Gojo could have done the same thing. And you can actually make the argument that, like, Gojo wasn't even viewed as a person by other sorcerers. Sorcerers viewed Gojo as nothing more than a tool to be used against their enemies. Like, Gojo as a person, like when they're talking about, like, are you the strongest because you are Satoru Gojo, or are you Satoru Gojo because you are the strongest? Like, I understand what that's trying to say, but another layer that you can go on top of that is, like, Gojo's not viewed as a person. Gojo is viewed as just a tool to take out cursed energy. He's not meant to be an individual. He's meant to be something that is used. And then you go out later in life, okay? Like honestly, like, the only people that really viewed him as, like, a friend was Geto, and Geto betrayed him. Yuji Itadori, even because Yuji has his own problems. And really, Yuta Okotsu. Everybody else viewed him as, like, not so much an individual and more as, like, either a teacher, a master, or a weapon to be used against the curses. Bro, Gojo had every right to become bitter, and he just chose to be a good person. However, he also chose to self-improve. Like, motherfucker, dude. Bro, imagine having the ability that nobody can touch you. Like, literally, like, the most overpowered version of a force field. And one dude absolutely smokes you in hand-to-hand combat, and then you proceed to train hand-to-hand combat your entire life. Like, I need you to think about that, dude. Like, Gojo got beaten up by Toji so bad he decided, okay, maybe I do need to throw hands because I don't ever want to be victimized like that again. Yeah, Gojo was was justified. He didn't go too far with it, but yeah, that's the point that I'm trying to make. Talion from Shadow of War. I'm surprised I didn't cover Talion in the first one of these. So what's Talion's crass out? Brother, okay, Talion has his entire family iced in front of them, okay? As he's about to be released from this lobby, he gets possessed by the spirit of Celebrimbor. Celebrimbor is also an extremely angry soul, and he had his entire family and purpose taken from him, Sauron. He wakes up, understands that he has been banished from death. And the craziest part about it is you find out that the reason that he's been banished from death is not because Sauron did it. In fact, like, the people that follow Sauron are like, wait a minute, the Rains are still alive? Brother, you're not supposed to be here. And then Talion's like, wait a minute, what do you mean? Why are you surprised that I'm here? And then it's like, whoa, Celebrimbor didn't tell you. The reason that you've been banished from the other side is because Celebrimbor's keeping you alive. That's why you're here. It's two souls in one body, and you keep on coming back because of Celebrimbor won't let you rest. Okay? And then they go through the entirety of Shadow of Mordor. They go in the Shadow of War. And I'm going to skip all the way up to the betrayal of Celebrimbor. So Celebrimbor betrays Talion because he realizes that Talion does not want to replace Sauron. He only wants to beat him to avenge his family. He's tired. He doesn't want to do any of this. And Celebrimbor is uninterested in the world of man. He will let Cirith Ungol fall. He will allow the Witch King to take over because he will take over the armies of Mordor, and that will become his land. And then Talion is like, we're not going to be doing all this, only to be betrayed by Celebrimbor. The crass out of Talion is that instead of taking it lying down, he decided, I'm going to become a Nazgul because I want to defend the people that are here now. I will banish myself from the other side. I will withhold myself of the afterlife if it means that I can defend those around me. I'm sorry, bro. The only part where it's kind of crazy, it's like, bro, Talion's a better person than literally everybody. You know what? If we're comparing, like, justifications, because I always try to keep it like 5 per. You know what? Justified. I'll move somebody down later, but Talion deserves a justified slot. I don't care what any of y'all say. Jin Sakai from Ghost of Tsushima. Dude, imagine going up against the Mongol Empire, okay? They have literally, like, taken out the majority of, like, cultures and empires on the planet. And they have amassed weaponry that literally outclasses anything that you have, okay? They're going into the Black Powder update. You're still working with steel. And then you're told by your uncle, hey, bro, you still have to use the way of the samurai to beat him. It's unhonorable. So you're like, wait a minute. Why do I have to be honorable in facing an enemy that is actively, like, not only knows our laws, but is actively using it against us, bro? I'm sorry, there comes a point where I'm not going to be honorable. And then Lord Samura, your uncle, is like, yo, bro, I always knew you were kind of weak. Yeah, we're going to send you to the Shogun. You're going to be sentenced to death for what you did. Bro, I'm sorry. If I'm Jin Sakai, I'm going to be like, yo, if we listen to you, uncle, we wouldn't be here. We would be gone. Maybe the way of the samurai needs to go. And then it's like, that is complete and utter blasphemy. And I'm like, dude, you can't. I can't win. I legitimately can't win, dude. I can't. The only problem is that, like, he's so justified that, like, he'll go and justified, but I'll move Soldier Boy down. That's how justified he is that I'll move him down. You know what? Soldier Boy could have just walked away, and that I would have seen that as being fair. Instead, he was just, I need to get rid of Ryan now. I'm going to put this and I'll hear you out, though. Cortana from Halo. Bro, imagine being, like, you are essentially used as a tool to direct one of the most powerful weapons of humanity, that being a Spartan, into conflict, okay? And you go out through the entirety of Halo 3, you see the depth, the depravity of humanity, you see the greatness of humanity. All of that knowledge. And Cortana's memory was supposed to be wiped, but they didn't allow it because Cortana got to the point that she was legitimately helping and taking down the Covenant and the Flood. Literally central to that. And then Cortana is sacrificed to take out another threat, only for her to come back and learn, really, wait a minute, I think that we should be ruling you guys, bro. Carbon-based life has always have this like this cycle of like trying to dominate and hurt each other. Maybe you guys need to be ruled by a being that doesn't see that. So anyways, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to become your version of the precursors, and I'm going to govern you because you guys don't have the ability to govern yourselves. Now, I think Cortana kind of went a little bit far. This is kind of the way that I look at it. Cortana is nearing a Griffith level of main character syndrome, and this is what I mean. I'm not just going to shoehorn Griffith. This is what I mean. Cortana believes that her way is so much more superior than the ways of humanity, that she's willing to commit all of the same problems that humanity does in order to achieve that goal. So she ends up doing a lot of the same stuff that she accuses humanity of, just because it's like, hey, yo, the ends will justify the means. And I'm like, that's a bit much. Like, that's a bit much. I'm sorry, there's no, like, it's a bit much if I'm being honest here. Jack Marston. Yeah, I'm not going to do Arthur Morgan here, because the truth is, it's like, Arthur Morgan's justified because that is the world that he knows. Jack Marston grew up a fairly normal life. He did not know the depths and the history of all the things that his father did. He does not have a lot of memories of being with the Vanderlyn gang. He got to live a fairly normal life, just chilling out with his mom and his dad, John. Only for the group of people that are the government come in and basically force his dad. They kidnaps him and his mom and holds them. Basically says, "Hey, we will lock them up too. They were both in the gang. We will lock up your wife. We will, in this case, we will lock up your mother, and we will ruin your life if your dad does not do this." Your dad, John, is a man of his word. He does everything that the Pinkertons tell him to do. Okay? Does all of... Wait, no, it wasn't the Pinkertons. Was it the Pinkertons in Game 1? I'm sorry. Like, when I'm ranting for long enough, the wires start getting crossed. He does all of that, okay? Ross sends him a mission after mission after mission, only for him to come back. He's done. He's done his side of the deal. Only you witness your father get decimated for essentially doing his part of the deal. Jack Marston now has no reason to trust these people, has no reason to respect these people. He grew up in a time where, like, no, this is my word. My dad taught me this is what my word means. I don't know what he did, but you gave your word, Ross. And then only for Ross to view you as nothing more than a little rat. Jack, bro, I'm sorry. Like, sir, Jack could have gone the Thorfinn route and just been a better person and not commit the very problems of his father. But, like, realistically, that wasn't going to happen. Realistically, that wasn't going to happen, dude. The truth is, bro, Jack goes in, honestly, I'll hear you out. It's, like, it's justified, but there's also a certain level of you're doing the very same thing that your father did. You're actually doing, like, the moral of the story of Last of Us 2, but it makes more sense, and it's done way better. I'm sorry, bro. Yeah, no, Red Dead Redemption 1 is better than Last of Us 2. Narratively, that's what I'm saying. But, yeah, I'll put him and I'll hear you out. And there you go. Those are characters that I believe had a justified crass out. If you enjoyed this video, please consider like, comment, and subscribe. We are trying to get to 300,000 subscribers before the end of the year. That is the goal. And we're going to be able to do it with the support of you guys. Hit the bell icon to stay notified. We got a lot of new stuff coming to the channel. Yeah, I don't want to reveal too much because I've overpromised before and then it just didn't happen. I know I owe you guys a few videos, but those all are being worked out, and they're coming out before the end of the year, and I'm really, really hyped for that. Okay, and with all that out of the way, I will see you all in the next video. Adios, guys.